Alright, here's some pictures I took with my cell phone, and then I've got a little video coming up here that I also took with my cell phone. And always remember, if you don't have your cell phone level, you'll get concave and convex. Or you'll get it both directions. But look at these crepuscular rays. I took this video October 14th, 2017, and I did post it, but I posted a lot of footage with it, so I didn't get a lot of views on it, probably because it was just so long. But I wanted to just bring some of this footage back and kind of talk about, when we look down two parallel lines, they do converge, but they never converge actually, but they will appear to because of perspective. Is that the same thing happening here? Are they just converging away from us due to perspective, or are they just all straight lines? We know we see in a 360 degree, so you would have to, take your circle of sight and divide this up. Now, what happens, as we look towards the horizon with these anti-crepuscular rays, they do seem to be diverging away from us. But, the question is when we look the opposite way, what happens? Quite the opposite. And I've got some video coming up here shortly that will show you the other direction. This is looking toward the east, but it's southeast because we're in October, so it's not due east. And then when we look back toward the horizon to the west, they're not going to be converging due west, they're going to be converging northwest. But it was just something that I saw on P-Brain when he was doing this, do divergent lines converge. And I did a little test of my own because I always like to test things out for myself, because I kind of questioned them a little bit, but I could picture it in my head and see that it was pretty much possible. Alright, well, here's some video coming up, and I'll let this play out, and then I'll intervene into this. Pretty parallel with the ground, wouldn't you say? at those rays. Oh yeah, what a day to come out here and catch this. I tell you what, that is amazing. Look at that. That's amazing. Okay, what I mean by parallel lines, if you set up on a long strip, if you put a parallel line above you, say 5 feet above your head, it would, converge to the horizon to the left of you, or, straight down the line, and then when you turn it around, it would converge back to the horizon the other direction. And this is all due to perspective. Now, I'm not going to say that these crepuscular rays are all due to perspective, but I have a feeling that it is. And, people might draw a different conclusion than me, but, that's the way I see it. Now, right here, I take my camera, I go straight up above my head, and, yeah, now we're in Australia, we're upside down. I did this because I thought I could follow these rays and collect them, but at one point, you can't see it because you're actually seeing through this light, and all you're seeing is the blue sky. But again, I do expect people to draw their own conclusions. I don't have all the answers, and I don't expect to have all the answers. But as we look down through here, we see these lines are pretty straight. They're not bent. They're not curved. They're not twisted. They're not swirling. They're straight, just like the line, parallel line would be if you ran it over your head, and look both directions. You'd see it converge to the horizon. Now I'm curious if you was to do multiple ones like this, like standing in a cornfield where you're looking down the rows of corn. As you look down one direction, they will all converge to a point out in the distance at the horizon, and then when you turn around and look the other way, they would all converge back again. So I do really feel that this is all due to perspective. And it has nothing to do with any curvature of Earth. Besides that, parallel lines are parallel lines, and they never actually touch each other. It's all just perspective, and that's how we have to look at this, because if you get into too many different theories or too many explanations, you just make it very confusing. And to me, I think it's pretty easy to see, when you look at it in a simpler way, that it's just convergence due to perspective. Other than that, I think it's just a shot in the dark to make up a different explanation for it. But again, like I say, I'm not always right, and I don't claim to be right. I just like to try to inspire people to go out and do their own observations and do their own little tests. Now, like I said, I questioned P-Brain on his video on the convergence and divergent lines. So I did set up a little test and found that even though they diverge, they will converge. If you get down even with them and look at them, they're converging. The wider you make them, and the shorter of a distance you got, they will look like they are parallel, but I'm sure that the farther out you go, the more they will eventually look like they converge. And to end this off, I did a little time lapse, and I'll let this time lapse run, and you know, let you be the judge of whatever you see. You got to be the judge for yourself. Can't let other people tell you what to believe or what you see. Um, so again, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my little presentation. Thanks a lot. Bye.